to introduce to you Shavaughn. We are going to talk about mental health and incarceration. So forgive me because he is very funny. And I know that I'm going to be laughing the entire time, except for the serious moments. Other than that, us together, we real goofy. So don't mind me. Just pay attention to him. And okay, so let's start by having Shavaughn explain in detail, because he'll try to shy away from how great he is, and we're not doing that. We appreciate every gift that comes on this show, and he's on here because he is a very gifted and talented man, not artistically, just only, but in all ways. All right, Black brown community, we need to see more of it. So Trey,
yes ma'am,
would you please tell us what your gifted hands and mind have been up to?
Okay, well, first of all, I am an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur / designer / artist. And I've recently just got done taking these classes. I'm officially a community activist. Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yep. I just finished taking these classes.
I'm so proud of you.
Yep.
I love to see our men be free, and not just free in their artistry, it's free in their mentality and how they take the bull by the horns and reclaim their destinies. And to know that he just I'm proud. I feel like your mom. You had a proud kid. Raised a good boy. That's a good man right there, okay? All right, so with that being said, I don't wait. So let's just get straight into it. I invited Trey to the Comfy Couch because we were having a conversation the day that he got out from being incarcerated for a little bit. And it just blew my mind about how open he was. Usually our Black and brown community, when you get men and even sometimes women that are just freshly out, they don't want to speak about anything. They want to forget the place, put it behind them, and just be done with it. But Trey was like, ask me a question, I'll answer it. And I was like, no, you ain't. But we really sat there for a good 30 minutes. It would have been more, but we had to eat. Okay, we're going to stop for that. We're going to eat. We were celebrating his coming home with his family. And I was like, oh, I have questions about mental health and incarceration, and I know that you're destined for my purpose to answer them. So that's what we're going to be doing today on the Comfy Couch. Now, originally, I wrote down a medium slew of questions, but God wants me to just flow, so I'm going to just go ahead and start with the first question, and wherever we end up is where we end up. So y'all enjoy and pay attention like y'all always do. So, Trey, let's just go with mental health.
Okay.
How? Let's go from maybe your first weekend. How did you view your mental health going in? Like, did you think that you were going to absolutely deteriorate inside, or did you know that because of previous life before going in, that you were going to do this and nothing was going to break you mentally?
Well, honest to God truth, I wasn't even thinking about my mental health. You know, that wasn't in my conversation, let alone my vocabulary.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't even thinking about my mental health. My mind was set on 6 years.
Right.
You know, however it come, however it go, 6 years.
That's all you heard was time.
Yeah. You know, so it was like,
sense.
It was a lot of time just to like reflect on what it led me to that point, you know, as far as like, man, I done got away with a whole lot more, you know, and it's like, man, it could have been a lot worse, but at the same time, 6 years, you know, now it's like, cause I got kids, so it's like now I'm thinking about, okay, dang, are he gonna be this old when I come home?
Wow, yeah.
Mom gonna be this old when she come home. Dang, she gonna get sick while I'm gone. this girl claims she around and she gonna stick around, you know, my
I
guys.
was even thinking about all of that.
You know, is my guys gonna be cool? Because they went away too, you know. It's like, man, is the guys gonna be cool? Because we still gonna be cool. You know, do cats still feel some type of way? You know, it's a lot. It was a lot that I was thinking about, but I wasn't thinking about how I was gonna handle it though. I just knew like, okay, I mean, this is what it is.
I got myself in a situation, so I gotta
talk it out. Just see my way through it.
Did they have counselors or mental health people on site to help?
They do, but I don't feel they take it serious. So it's not even worth it, you know, for the people who, well, I can't say for the people who really need it, because we all really need it. But to those who you can look at them and tell they suffering, you know, they need more, you know, because they're not giving enough.
It was particular people that you can just be like, okay, they need
like it's
extra.
It's people that I've seen literally lose themselves in there, you know, get into things that they ain't even into, you know, things that you never would have thought, you know. It's like, man, I ain't never think my dog would do that. I ain't never think, you know, he'd be, you know, like this, you know, at your worst point, you know, because, you know, it break people.
How many hours was lockdown?
Well, it was different parts of my incarceration that, you know, it was different circumstances. Now, it was in a level 3 facility, you know, it's what you got about 8 hours, 8-9 hours a day.
Out freely?
I mean, out far as, you know, you moving around in a pod, you know.
The pod.
8 o'clock, you like 8 o'clock.
I forgot. Let me change my lingo, because I'll be watching 60 Days In, y'all, so I'll be thinking I know what I'm talking about, but I don't. The pod. Because I was about to ask Trey, was he the pod boss? But I can't disclose that information. I ain't going to do my mans like that. I can't get him in trouble. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? He said he wasn't. He was a good kid.
Yeah, I was a good guy. I was one of the good guys. I was definitely
the pod boss. So about 8 hours to freely roam the pod.
Yeah, I mean, you ain't going nowhere. You know, it's
just walking around in a circle.
It's a room like this, you know.
Oh, wow.
You know, you stay in your cell or you can walk around.
How many people do you think were in your particular unit?
I mean, I'm exaggerating when I say it was this size, but it was about like 250 people in the room with you.
That's still kind of small.
Yeah, it's kind of small.
Compared to like
it'd probably be like a nice size Airbnb, something like that.
Tell me what a typical day from top to bottom, like from morning to evening, looked like for you. Yeah.
I get up real early in the morning.
How early?
Like 5, 6
That's too early. That's. I wake up at noon, y'all. And I start my day. I'm an afternoon bird, but Trey is an early bird. Early bird gets the worm.
Man.
So at 5, this is when you are waking up.
Yeah, I'm up, ready to go. Go to breakfast. Go work out.
Was breakfast good?
No, never. And I had, you know, commissary wasn't the issue, none of that. Wasn't no steak, baby, none of that. None of that. But man, that all that food, it's all processed.
What was the worst thing that you had, or it was all like garbage, trash? Man,
you know what? Listen, we gonna keep it all the way a band, man. Listen, hey, all my guys that been down that way, y'all know what a turkey patty is. That's all I'm gonna say, man. Y'all know what a turkey patty is. That's all I'm gonna say. Once you eat a turkey patty, you would never go without food being in your commissary ever.
Was it turkey?
No. Oh, my mama.
So we up at 5. We go get breakfast. What happens after that?
Believe it or not, it's just like the streets. You know, you come out, You know, there ain't no cars. You know, we all got the same stuff. So you walking around outside, you see what you need to see. You know, whatever you into out there on the streets.
No, get it. Okay, so same thing as the streets. Did you ever have rec time? Did rec time help?
Rec time is what's considered like when we go outside. You know, go work
Did that
out,
help in you getting air for a moment and not feeling closed in all the time, seeing the same thing?
No, because I stayed in a lot.
You like to stay.
Yeah,
that's different. We don't. When you have somebody that's been in, you're like, oh, I can't wait to get outside to.
I ain't want to be around all them dudes. I already got to see them 24/7 anyway. And ain't no individual meant to be around nobody for 24 hours in a day. Believe that. So
that'll be a different episode. Because I gave him the female look like, excuse me.
But I mean, this is being real, you know. Ain't nobody. That's one thing. That's one of the things I've learned. You're not meant to be around an individual 24 hours a day.
That can
eventually you gon' you know, that's when you gonna have altercations. That's when you gonna have.
That is true.
Arguments.
Women, we do suffocate these men. We be wanting to be up underneath face scrotums and stuff, and that's not healthy. Okay, you gotta learn how to take a break. And Trey said, I ain't want to see them all day, every day. I'm already looking at you. I ain't got the time to be out there. Okay, that's different. I didn't know that.
No, on the phone.
You're changing my perspective. This is what this is for, seriously, to give us more insight, because not what we see. Like I said, I watched 60 Days In. It's not to say that it's fictitious, but to have somebody that is actually in there, that actually got served time, 6 years, that's a long time. So to get a different perspective of details, it's mind opening, so that we don't think that all people that have been incarcerated is the same, because they're not. This will teach us to treat people as they come, as individuals, because I can't service everybody thinking that the first thing they want to do is get air. He just said that he wanted to be in because of a specific reason. So if we take the time to listen, like we're doing now, because he's talking, even though I interrupted, I'm sorry, but if we really take time to listen to our loved ones and establish their understanding of what they went through, we would be less judgmental and more open into helping them maneuver through the real world when they get back into the real world. Okay, that was my little tidbit, but all right, so you were inside majority of the time. You talked about the phone. You mentioned that real quickly. Did being on the phone stimulate anything for you?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. That phone was such a big part of me during my time. It helped me stay, I can't even say normal, because, you know, I'm still making adjustments even today. But it helps you have a sense of normalcy. You know what I'm saying? When you're on
the phone. Did you have, I know on camera they had the video things because of COVID. So when that hit, did they put up any prompters to video family members, or did y'all still actively have visitations?
Well, if you had the vaccine, they allowed you to have a visit.
In person?
Yeah, but you couldn't touch or nothing like that.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I thought they completely shut every
for a second
down.
But for a second they did.
Because my dad in Florida, he was incarcerated in Florida, and the only thing he could do was just JPEG videos. And then after a while they opened it back up for family to come, because my sister went to visit him. But it was weird how they set it up. So I just wanted to know, like up north, was it the same thing? Okay, who did you spend majority of your time talking to that gave you pleasure, and not in a sexual way, but just knowing that it felt like a piece of home?
My mother.
I love his mom. We love you.
For sure.
How did those conversations usually go?
Good and bad. You know, you get the best of both worlds when you in that type of situation.
Yeah.
You know, because you ain't in there for being good. You know, this wouldn't have happened if you would have been doing the right thing.
Right.
You know, so it's like you gotta take the good with the bad. You know.
So it was typical mom
Yeah.
Like, hey,
So
listen,
yeah.
I'm tough as hell, but I love you and I can't wait to see you.
Yeah.
Because that's how she is, okay?
Man, the way my mama was around with me, man, you would have thought she did this before.
Listen, I'm not biased just because I know the family. She taught me some stuff, okay? I learned by seeing his mom be so strong how to handle my father. Because me and my siblings, we were estranged from our father for a lot of years because of decisions that he made. So when he ended up back home in Florida, where we're from originally, it was all communication cut off. We wasn't even thinking so far in the future. Like, we forgot that we had a dad. So when we got older and he reached back out to us to have conversations, we grown. I already had a kid and stuff, but my sister, she didn't have a kid, but she's grown. She's over 25. We didn't know what to say. And seeing his mom just stay diligent, even when it got hard, even on those days when she would just silently cry, I would just look at her and be like, you don't even know you teaching me how to handle this situation, because for me, it's awkward. It's just that awkward thing of us not wanting to offend anybody that's incarcerated, because it's so much that's already going on inside. We don't want to burden y'all down on the outside by being repetitive, if that makes sense.
But that's what we become accustomed to. See,
and my dad, that's what he said. He was accustomed to it.
Like, I can honestly admit, anybody that had talked to me on the phone in those 6 years, guaranteed we had the same conversation more than once.
Over and over.
I could promise you that. We had them conversations more than one time, you know. Mm-hmm. And some things, you know, is, you know, but it's like, even though I'm on the inside, I'm changing. Mm-hmm. You know, just like out here, y'all changing and adjusting to different things. You know what I'm saying? So you're constantly changing, you know. So sometimes you have to revisit certain conversations because your stance might change or their stance might change.
Did you remember he said he dropping some nuggets? Pay attention.
So it's like you have to keep that line and communicate. That's why how I learned to communicate with people is in the penitentiary, because it's like that's all you have. That's all you have. You know, you can't no money make nobody move. Mm-hmm. You know, you can't force nobody to do nothing. You know, you really on everybody else's time now. You know, and it's like I had a bad habit of putting people on my time, and even now, like I still admit that I struggle with that. You know, I'm definitely trying, but that's something that I'm still working on. You know what I'm saying? But I had such a bad habit of putting people on my time before I went to the penitentiary. It was like once everything was taken away from me, it made me feeling almost as like less than a man, because it's like, damn. Man, I'm trying to do some stuff, and man, hey, answer this phone. You know, answer this phone. And, you know, we all got that, hey, babe, did you do that yet? You know, once I hit you that third time, like, hey, baby, did you do that yet? I'm used to, yes, baby, it's done.
I've experienced
I did it that second time you called me. You know, that's what I want to hear.
Rotation.
I don't want to hear, oh, I forgot, or just whatever the excuse is, because now I'm going to be upset. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, on top of me being upset, you know, in there, it's a whole nother world. You know, it's like the underworld in there. So it's like we moving on a whole nother frequency than what y'all moving on.
Correct.
So when we say something got to be done, it got to be done right then and there.
Right. Time can't have time lapse.
Yeah. It ain't like we said it got to be done at this time. No, this is just how the situation happened, and now we have to make this happen right now.
Wow.
Because it may not be able to happen later, especially when money is involved, because people change their mind. You can call somebody as soon as you be like, before the end of the call, or, you know, the middle of it, whatever, you be like, hey, you got $20 for me?
Would it be more like...
You call back, your call has not been accepted.
I would be so pissed. Heated. I'm getting mad now just thinking about it.
Because you in there like, damn, like, okay. all right, maybe they busy, you know. Whole time they like, oh man.
That's crazy.
Nobody
You don't
calling,
ever think,
you know.
you don't ever think being on the outside, you just think that y'all have so much time.
Mm-hmm.
Being concaved to one specific area, even though we know like the guards and stuff dictate y'all day to keep order as much as they can. We think they ain't got nothing but time to sit and think.
I mean, we do, but some, you know, you like I said, it's just like the streets. So it's like we only gonna do so much sitting down.
You gotta stay busy.
Eventually, I gotta get up and stretch these legs. You know, I can't sit in this rack all day.
I can't do it all day.
Yeah,
okay?
I can't sit. Yeah, I got, you know.
That is, I
you
never
make
looked
stuff
at
to
it
do.
like that.
You know, the penitentiary, it makes you responsible because it makes you, you know, you become self-accountable because now it's like ain't nobody making you get up. Right. You have to choose to get up and do your time however you're going to do your time to get through your time.
So would you say that's more, for you, more of self-motivation?
Yeah.
Did that motivate the artist in you?
To be honest.
Because he's... Why didn't I tell you to bring this stuff? What are you doing? Tell me.
Trap Art with 4 underscores. Instagram.
I will link. Listen.
Facebook. You can find me. TrapArtLLC. Pop right up. You know. Show you everything I'm into from this art to these clothes.
Dope.
You know.
It's so dope. Love that.
Real.
I love that. Okay, so art.
So, all right, with the art. Now, to be honest with you, man, I was sitting in the hole with one of my guys from Cleveland. You know, we had just got jammed up doing some stuff we weren't supposed to be doing. You know, so long story short.
Not in the hole.
Yeah. So we betting cash apps and stuff, you know, on dumb stuff, just bored, betting, trying to get through our little time. And he bet me $20 that I couldn't draw this picture of his daughter. And I wanted that $20.
Correct.
But no, all jokes to the side, man, I seen how relaxed it made me doing it.
I love that.
And it was so peaceful. Like I had such a peace doing that. And it was such a peace till I remembered it. And I'm like, man, like I don't remember feeling like that in a long time.
I love
you know.
That. Yeah.
And by this time I already had a couple years in, so I'm straight. Like, you know, I'm mentally far as to do the time, like I'm geared to go. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't felt, like I said, I ain't felt that peace in a long time. That peace that I ain't got, I compared that to when I would be spending time with my son. You know, like that was the peace that I had when I would get to picking up that pencil and drawing. And then it was like, I like progression. Like I like to see stuff built up. Like I like to see like, all right, it started like this. It was plain.
The metamorphosis of things.
You know,
how it evolved.
I like to see. I like to see things evolve. I like to see things progress. I like to see things grow. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it was like once I seen that I was getting better at drawing, it made me want to do it more. You know what I'm saying?
He's a beast, y'all. He's so dope. I'm waiting for my picture.
And the whole entrepreneur concept for us with the trap art, it honestly, God came from Nipsey, man. Like I used to listen to him a lot.
We love you, Nip. I ain't got the right color blue on.
R.I.P. Neighborhood Nip.
But I got my blue on.
Man, but he to me, I feel like he like the blueprint for excuse my language, but street niggas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like me and him relate a lot, you know, as far as like the lifestyle we live, or should I say used to live. And he literally was like, hey, like, man, streets ain't what's going on no more.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like you can be a fly dude and not even be in the streets and still be getting that same kind of money.
A lot of people don't understand that even though you're in the streets, the businessman, the business mind, the mentality of an entrepreneur It's already on the inside of you.
Yeah.
You have to be very intelligent to maneuver in the street and then go home every night and get away with it. Or whatever you're doing, just period. Not even to get away with it, but your mindset in math just alone to calculate and to make sure this reaches that certain destination. I got to get this back on time. Like she got to be moving.
For it to be done.
That takes a lot. So I always looked at men in the street. I never done well because my brother was in the street. God rest his soul. But I never looked at him like, oh, he a bum. I would always be like, you need to start a business. It's no way you're this smart and this is what you're choosing to do.
Man, me and my mom, man, we used to always go back and forth, you know, back in the day. Because she would always say about me and all my guys, like, man, y'all are entrepreneurs.
Intelligent.
Like, y'all know way too much. And what was confirmation for me, man, one day, the task force, they got behind me, pulled me and my guy over, my right hand, pulled us over. And they told us, like, man, y'all is smart. Like, man, y'all need to be some entrepreneurs or somebody that have businesses, man. He like, we even had to do our job. He like, hopefully this time that y'all do, y'all come back better, man.
I love that.
The police. The police told me this, man, to my face, to me and my guy face, told us this to our face.
These are people, even though, you know, black, brown community, you don't mess with the popo. But they see this daily. They see our community, as wise and as smart as we are, wasting it when we could be making money with our own name, our own brand, our own entities, our patents. Just alone, like it's so much money to be made. And it's all literally on the inside of us, using our minds and maneuvering around what we've seen. Now, I've never been in the street life, but I have been around family and friends that have, and I just be like, come. If you don't want to stop doing it, I'm not going to force you, but I want you to see that on the other side, you can use your same intelligence and bring you more revenue and more peace because you don't have to be worried about getting caught. This is yours. Like, ain't nobody going to take nothing away from you. Did you ever feel like when you finally got that verdict that something was taken away from you?
Yeah. My freedom. My freedom.
I had to ask. That's a typical question.
But no, for real though, it was a relief. I felt so relieved. It hurt.
I never heard that.
Real talk.
I never heard I felt relieved. Like, I'm not, in my mind, I never even would have thought that would be a thought.
I felt relieved.
And you said you felt relieved.
Because I was so stressed out.
Oh my gosh, that makes so much sense.
And that was the first time in my life. And I can I'll admit this on camera. I can be selfish. You know?
That's deep.
And you gotta be a selfish person to not take your own life. You know what I'm saying?
You got to make you cry.
That was the first time I wanted to take my life. Ever in my life. And I used to always judge the people that used to talk about suicide and things of that nature, you know, or just harming themselves, you know, cutting yourself and all that type of stuff. I used to look at people like, man,
but in that
you
moment,
got to be the dumbest fool in the world.
That's real though.
Once I went through it myself and I really contemplated on, like, you know what?
Wow.
It don't get no worse than this. Like, why not? I know it's people that love me, but they'll get over me. You know, I wasn't that important at the end of the day. You know, like my people know I love them, but they'll get over me.
They'll get over me.
You know, even my seed, like, you know, he young, he'll get over me. I just want him to know, like, hey, man, my dad went hard for me.
Jesus.
Like, he went about it the wrong way.
Cry,
but he went hard for me. And when I say I went hard for my child, man, I went hard for my child. It's tatted on my leg. You know what I'm saying? I went hard for my kids, man.
That's very... I don't know about y'all, but because of my particular situation and knowing that, constantly always telling you that no matter what happens, they're never going back to jail.
Oh yeah, because that's over with.
And he would always say that. Y'all, we had to stop like 2 times because people want to call you. This business-minded man, intelligent, gave me all of this wisdom, gave me game coming up, and would just get himself in trouble. And to know that that's how he chose to take himself out.
But you know what? It ain't on your mind until that moment where that thought popped in your mind. Like, you know
he
what?
Made that factual for me.
It can't get no worse than that.
You saying that made me, I just turned 5. Because it's not that I got ridiculed, but you opened up my mindset, because I always wondered, like, he never even thought about it. I know that. I love my brother. We was close. But to hear you say that, I'm like, that's exactly what led up to it.
And it's like, I can't say it's a spur of the moment thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's a build up. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, it's almost like you snap. Because it's like, man, you so, especially when you've been through a lot already as it is.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, everybody got a breaking point. So it's like, once you hit that breaking point, I mean, what other, being real, and we're going to say being real and you in that moment, what other options do you feel you had?
Yeah. As knowledgeable as we are, it just means more when you actually have somebody that's been. Because I would just ask random people, like, okay, I know you've been stressed out all your life. How did you get here? I worked in a mental health facility for people that wanted to commit suicide. That's how you got into the facility. So I would ask them, and their answers was authentic to them, but they never have been incarcerated. And to just hear that from you, it just hit different. So I'm going to go home and cry. A good cry, because I have a full understanding of how. Because in our community, that's not normal.
No, it ain't.
That's not normal for even it to be a thought. You get shunned for even saying that you want to hurt yourself. Yeah. And then we label you as weird. And you be like, okay, I can't mess with him because he's crazy. And that's honestly not what it is.
But you know what, though? I feel like that's where, like, the stigma of, like, black people being, like, aggressive. I feel like that's where that stigma comes from. Because
he's telling the truth.
We hold in so much to when we snap, we go.
It's to the root.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because one thing about it, the other color ain't gonna never. I'll stand on that too. The other color ain't gonna never go.
That was so nice how he said that. He said the other color.
Yeah, no disrespect, because I have white. I have, you know, Caucasian.
I'll be saying clear people. I'm gonna use that from now on.
But you know, they'll never go through what we've been through. They'll go through bits and pieces because they choose to. Because they want to be able to relate to us to a certain extent. So they'll choose to go through certain things that they don't have to go through. But they'll never go through things because that's their actual circumstances. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, at the same time, if you got a choice, why would you choose to live in poverty?
Why would you choose to be labeled as a savage?
You know?
Just because of your skin color. That's deep. I didn't know we were going to get this deep. But then again, Tre is a very intellectually smart African-American man. So I should have known. I didn't know that he was going to come on my show and make me cry. But that's okay. It's okay. Sometimes you have to snap out of the false reality that we see on TV and what people portray, and sit down and talk to real, genuine people and get what they've been through. This is the reasoning. I knew answers to some of the questions that he's answering, but I didn't know that it was going to turn like this. So I'm happy that I listened to our maker to flow, because I had a list and I was like, what question do you not want me to ask? What do you want me to ask? What do you want me to say? And he's so genuine. He was like, just do you. Just whatever. Don't elaborate on this too long, but we just gonna talk. And for suicide to come up, and I was trying to stay away from it, I'm gonna go home and cry. Okay? I feel freedom. I feel very free in knowing that Tre has experienced what my brother experienced. And it's not like it's no weird voodoo or nothing, but I can literally hear my brother answer through him. Because what I didn't get to ask him, because he took himself out, Tre literally just cleared up a whole lot of confusion in my heart. He really established something different, because it's not easy. It's not easy to sit here and say, yeah, my loved one took himself out. Do you have anything else to say? Because I darn tootin' think that I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. You made me cry. I'm done. I'm done, y'all. I'm done. It's not that I was not going to get satisfied, because I know what substance he brings to any conversation. Because he's a fantastic young black man. I didn't know that the healing was for me. I do the comfy couch to express healing for other people, but to have my whole guest come on here and heal a part of me, that's a double entendre, and I'm done. I'm gonna hug him the hardest as soon as we hit in, like, seriously, because it's hard. Tre, do you have anything else that you would like to elaborate on? Anything on your business? Anything to encourage? Okay, we could do that. Anything to encourage any men or women that are still incarcerated at the moment? Any words of enlightenment there?
Don't be naive. Don't be naive, man. You know, as much as we think we got it together and going out the door, you know, clear head, you know, you focus, you know, on the right things. It's a big learning curve, man, and I'm still learning every day.
He's so humble.
Every day.
He is so humble.
But it's real though, because some days I struggle.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's like it get hard.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it get hard. You
Speaking
know
of that, I got more questions. Thank you, Lord. How do you perceive us helping make that easier for you? On the days that you struggle, what would you require of us to make you not struggle so much? What love do you need to feel? And it's not that you have a void, but just to make sure you stay afloat, so that you don't feel like your ship is sinking. How would you put into words how you would like for family, friends, any loved one to care for you, knowing that you're coming out of a 6-year incarceration?
I would say, don't press me. I got it. Got it.
That's what he said.
It's been on me for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of years. It's always been on me. So, I mean, pressure ain't nothing. You know, pressure ain't nothing to me no more.
Right. Well, it can't be.
Now it's just on getting the required information and getting the resources I need to get done what I'm trying to get done.
Which is be an established African-American male entrepreneur. Okay.
Sure.
He's a phenomenal father.
Sure.
I wouldn't be shocked if you come out with a book. I'm just speaking that into his spirit, you know, so we can make it manifest, because I'm all into speaking into people's lives, okay? Get the book so that they can read about this phenomenal journey. Y'all, I've had the privilege to know Tre for a long time to see him just blossom in a beautiful, 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 beautiful way. It's very encouraging because I feel like I get to see my brother live a little bit, if that makes sense. I don't want it to be like, oh, I'm living through you because of my brother, but it's a real, genuine connection of understanding, if that makes sense, because everybody doesn't have the opportunity to speak. You know what I mean? Everybody doesn't have a platform to like, okay, turn on the camera, ask some questions, sit down. Even though you've been working on your healing and your freedom, everybody doesn't get the opportunity to do that. And some of my loved ones, my father just passed from liver cancer. He didn't. We were supposed to do this. He was encouraging me to sit down and talk to incarcerated men, and I would be like, they gonna kill me and tear my wig off my head. I'm not talking to none of them.
Man, you meet some of the realest guys, man. I met some of the realest dudes in the penitentiary, man.
That's
and
what
I'm talking about, man, I done built bonds with cats that like
fraternity type. Brotherhood. Yeah, like seriously.
Yeah, and I take it serious.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what he was saying.
I take it serious.
And I was like,
and I mean, like, it's been ones that I'd have met, then they're still keep in touch with to this day.
I love that.
You know, it's ones that, you know, we was from the same town, so we, you know, we kick it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not buddy with everybody. You know what I'm saying?
He's not.
Picky. I'm very picky on who I involve myself with and share my energy with. You know what I'm saying? But I'd have met some real genuine guys on that journey.
See, and I'm going to
more genuine guys than I've met when I was still free the first time.
Let that marinate. You already said. I am encouraged after today to pursue my calling. I guess my daddy seen it before I could. I just got comfortable with the fact, like, okay, this is a part of your destiny.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to be too many women that say, I'm going into jail facilities. I'm going into facilities to actually get genuine stories of men. It's a lot of people that's not going to put themselves in that situation to not be judgmental.
And, you know, one thing I would say, too, is you don't know what doors it's going to open for you, you know?
He's speaking to my life. Let me sit back. Hey.
Real talk, though. You know, you got to, you know, I'm learning, you know, and sometimes I'm so used to, like, go.
Yeah, me too. I didn't know that.
To be, like, living as slow as I'm living, like, at this moment,
you
know, as far as, like, you know, just taking your time. You know, you really taking it, like, literally a day at a time. And it's like, you know, you look at stuff different, you know, it make you, you know, it's like, all right, I needed this, you know, so.
I agree with that. I needed that journey.
When those times in your life come where it seems like things slow, just sit back and enjoy it, because it's going to be a time in your life too where it's like, you can't find the time to sit back and collect your thoughts.
He's preaching. I don't know. I hear a little Lily. I hear a little Lily in you. A Lily coming out. Oh, mommy, that part was for you. But he did you justice, okay? Little Lily, his mother is a minister, y'all, so we joking. Yeah. But no, seriously, I needed that. I don't know. I think you set me up. I think you were doing the interview. Because I'm just over here like, did that really just flip around? I'm asking you a question.
We just kicking it, we vibing. You know what I'm saying? I told you we was going to vibe, man. We was going to
He did.
It, you know?
He kept saying, he was like, it's going to be a vibe. And I'm in my mind like, I have these 13 questions and he's going to answer all of them. And I'm going to stick to the script. Yeah. And I was like, just flow, because it's a certain place that I want y'all conversation to get to. And I was like, God, I don't want to do that. And I did it, and I'm so thankful, because if I would have been stubborn, like I'm usually is, I'm working on it, y'all. I would have missed the opportunity to hear you and stop thinking with my mind of, oh, he's one person that's speaking for a whole community. Because you are, but you're still yourself.
Yeah, I'm still me.
You're still Tre. Like,
yeah.
Even though that's a part of your story, you still have an individual voice out of all of those fish that was in the sea.
Yeah, without a doubt.
So I'm
without
happy.
a doubt.
I'm so happy. I don't have nothing. I'm done. I don't think I'll ever write questions for an interview again. I think I'm gonna just flow because of how
For sure.
how loving and genuine this whole entire. I mean, just since we got in the car, conversation on 1,000, and it literally has not stopped. So I know we're gonna be talking once we get ready to go home. So if you don't have anything else to say, can you please put your businesses, email address, taglines of anything, Trap Art out, so that they can hear where to go purchase merchandise and things like that. Art. I'm so mad that I did not tell you to bring your phone. I would pull it up on here and then turn around and show y'all, but I don't even want it to be.
Just check it out
gritty.
For yourself, man. Do me that solid.
Please.
Check it out for yourself. At least see what I'm talking about. Hopefully I can catch your eye. Hopefully I can attract your attention. Maybe even get you to buy a hoodie.
It will.
You know what I'm saying?
It will. I am
definitely. It look good on me, so it'll look good on you for sure.
And with that being said, turn back, right, y'all? Absolutely, I agree. So we'll be back for another episode.
Anytime.
As I always say, if nobody told you that they loved you, we love you. Go off and have a blessed day, night, evening, whatever. Go off and be great. Go off being encouraged and knowing that despite of how it began, Tre is literally a testimony of what an ending story could look like. He is free. He is learning how to reclaim his time, and he is doing big things. He is phenomenal. I'm telling you, I'm not just bragging because I know him. I'm bragging because you can brag on creativity. You can brag on gifts. And the word that says our gifts will make room for us. And I truly believe that Tre's gifts, everything that's on the inside of him, is making room for any and everything, even paving the way for 3 to 6 generations down the line. Like, you are going to be so blessed. I'm about to cry. All right. Okay, we're leaving.